Hey there and welcome to RightMessage. My name is Brennan Dunn. I'm one of the co-founders of the company. And if you're anything at all like me, you want nothing more than to get me to shut up and exit out of this video and jump in headfirst into the product. Now, I'm going to encourage you not to do that, and here's why. We are very different than the opt-in software that you're most likely using now. So if you're signed up, you probably came from, say, Sumo or Opt-in Monster or Thrive, or maybe you're using your email software's built-in forms. So you have a very specific understanding of how form software works. We are very different. So let's say you want to set up a new exit pop-up. Well, how you would do that currently would be you'd go into your form software and click New Form, and then it's probably going to ask you what kind of form do you want to create. So you choose pop-up. And then the next step will be to design it. So you choose what it looks like, colors, fonts, all that kind of stuff, and you make it fit with your site. Once you've designed it, you then write it. So you would add in copy. Join my newsletter. I'll send you great stuff every week. You've done that. You then add the form fields. I want to get their first name and I want to get their email. And when they submit this form, I want to add them to my email list and then tag them in a certain way. And finally, once you've done all of that, the final step would be to set up targeting. So I only want this form to be shown on my homepage, or I only want this to be shown on my blog. And once you've saved that new form, you now have this kind of packaged form that includes what it looks like, what it says and what it offers, what it does when submitted, and who it's being shown to. And then it gets added to this kind of flat list of all your other forms. And it becomes really tricky to figure out, well, which form is being shown where and who gets what form and so on and so forth. So what most of us will do is we'll just have a standard exit pop-up that's shown to literally everyone on every page. But with RightMessage, you're able to map out what we call a customer journey. So we've kind of separated out what you're offering. So this would be the newsletter, or to check out the entry-level product, or a questionnaire asking, hey, why are you here and how can I help you? We've separated that away from the visual, which would be like the pop-up form, or the sticky bar, or the slide up. So we've divorced these two, allowing you to go in and set up a unified customer journey that says, hey, if someone's on my website, I want to find out first, what do they need help with? And depending on their answer, I want to give them a different lead magnet. And then if somebody comes back to my site who's already on my email list, I want to promote a product they haven't bought yet. Doing that with traditional form software is really, really tricky, almost impossible. But with us, you're going to visually map all this out and be able to have a bird's eye view of how different people are being offered different things when they're on your website. So with that out of the way, I want to show you how easy it is to set something like that up. Okay, so to create the customer journey that's going to lead people to the right questions and the right offers, we're going to start within our call to action funnel editor, which is what I have currently up on my screen. So on the left side, we have the funnel, and on the right side, I'm going to get to that in a second, we have the widget area. The first thing that I want to do is to make sure that the experience that subscribers have when they come back to my website is different than that of non-subscribers. And to do this, I'm going to add a step to the very top of my funnel. So I'm going to choose split by yes, no decision, and I'm going to do the split based on whether somebody is already a subscriber in my ConvertKit account. Now, anyone on the left side of this split, the yes path, these people are going to be subscribers. And anyone on the no path, these people are anonymous or non-subscribers. So I'm going to first start with anonymous people. If you're anonymous, I want you to let me know why you're on my website. And to do this, I'm going to ask you a question. So I click to add a new step to the no path, and I select ask a question. Now, RightMessage is going to remember any existing questions that you've already added to your account. But because this is a new account, I'm going to choose ask something new. Okay, so I want to first figure out why somebody is on my site. And in the topmost box, which is the internal name for this question, I'm just going to type in need. Then I need to think of a compelling way to ask people this question. So I'm going to try maybe, welcome, what's the number one thing that you need help with today? Now I'm going to add 3 possible answers. So either I'm looking to start a business, I want to grow my business, or I want to sell an existing business. And depending on their answer, I'm going to rephrase my newsletter opt-in. So if somebody wants to start a business, they need to hear a different message from me than somebody who wants to sell. And this is why RightMessage opt-in forms convert so much higher than all other forms, because they're more relevant to the person viewing them. Cool. All right. So we've handled anonymous visitors. They're going to get asked what they need help with, and then they're going to be given a newsletter opt-in that relates to them. So now I want to briefly look at how we can help returning visitors to your website. Back over on the subscriber path, I'm going to add another yes/no split. Here, I'm going to be looking for a tag that I add into ConvertKit whenever anyone buys from me. And I'm going to assume that this tag is called customer. So if someone is already a customer, I don't want to pitch them on anything. But if they're not yet a customer, but they are a subscriber, I'm going to pitch them on applying to work with me. All right, so I've created a very basic funnel to start with, and I don't yet have any way of showing the different questions or offers that I've created to anyone yet. And to do that, I need to now create a few widgets on the right, which you'll see on the right side of my funnel. So if you remember what I was talking about a few minutes ago, how we've separated out the visuals from the offers and questions, this is what I'm getting at. We've set up the questions, we've set up the offers, and now we need to come up with ways of showing this on our website. So I'm going to create two different widgets. The first will be an exit pop-up. So this will show up whenever anyone tries to leave your website. I'm going to change its color. Let's make it a nice shade of blue, and let's tweak a few things. And I want to make sure that this only shows up when people are on my blog. All right, great. Now I'm going to add a sticky bar, which is going to be a alert bar that's at the top of my website. And now let's go and maybe we'll make this one green. I want to get creative and change things up a bit. So I'm going to make this a nice shade of green. And now I've got, again, two different ways of showing either the question that I've set up, which is, why are you here? Or the offer, whether it be to get on my newsletter or to apply to work with me. Like I've been saying, I've just really scratched the surface of what is possible with RightMessage. We've set up a very simple call to action funnel, but you can go and do virtually anything. You can have different offers shown to different people depending on what page they're on your website, or what kind of content they're reading the most of, or any and all data that you have in your email database for them. The sky is literally the limit. So once again, welcome to RightMessage. You now have freedom to go and exit out of this video and to jump headfirst into the product and to start running wild with getting set up with a brand new call to action funnel. If you need anything, myself and the rest of the RightMessage team is here for you at any time. Just email support@rightmessage.com. We're happy to work with you to figure out both the strategy that you need put in place and any technical issues that you might be having.